Let me tell you a typical to me anyway, World Cup story. I got the underground and I didn't know how to get out of the underground, so I got another train and I ended up in a park. I've got no idea where I am. So as nobody's waiting for me at home, I will be just finding a place to watch the next game before the day is over. But there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about. One of them, I've been to Argentina, Iceland, so we'll talk Messi and Ronaldo in a little bit, and the very weird debate that's taking place right now, based on what happened in the last game. But also I want to talk to you about VAR, because let me tell you my take on it, which I'm sure I'm probably the only one out of all the ones watching that thinks this way. But I want to share it with you. For me, football is life, and life is football. What I mean by that is that life is full of mistakes, so is football. And how you react to those mistakes is what makes you grow, what makes you learn, what makes you find out more about you. It's part of life. It should be part of football. Football is a game where luck plays a part, where mistakes play a part, and obviously VAR, the main target is to actually get rid of those mistakes, make them disappear from this game. I completely understand the goal line technology. This is different. This is something that is very difficult to visualize by a human being, and of course it annihilates the most difficult part of this game, which is to score goals. You kick the ball in a way that goes in, but the referee doesn't see it. It's good to have goal line technology. VAR, though, not only wants to finish with the mistakes, where I think it should be part of the game, it wants to finish with the debates as well, and that is definitely part of the game. The arguments, the controversy, even, that's part of what football has always been, and I would like it to be part of of football forever. There's still controversy with or without VAR anyway, as we'll hear in a minute. But yeah, I've got the impression that now that technology is here, there's no way back. To start with, it separates football between the haves and the haves not, because obviously at Beagles United in the Nat Division, we won't be able to have any technology. We still play the game, and there will still be controversy. But there's more that I wanted to say about this, because it feels to me that the way VAR has been introduced, it matches one way of thinking about the game, that it has to do more with the Anglo-Saxon way of looking at it than the Latin way of looking at it. You may think this is rubbish, so just please stop and go and do something else. But what I'm trying to say is that in the Latin culture, I insist controversy, discussions about football are part of the enjoyment of it. In the Anglo-Saxon culture, where numbers take, they give much more priority to numbers, to black and white, to right or wrong, and of course VAR makes a lot of sense, because it sorts out, takes away the mistakes and clarifies situations and resolves them right there. Resolving such a what's the word? Overstated thing. We don't need to resolve everything. Anyway, we've seen though that having VAR doesn't resolve everything. Quite clearly, Peru today had the opportunity to put a wrong right and got the penalty that they of course missed. But Argentina, who did everything they could to beat Iceland, and it's not as much as they should do with the talent they have, but anyway, they did a lot. One of the things that happened, of course, is that there was an opportunity to get a penalty that they deserved. Pavon, soon after coming on, was tripped, and the referee thought that he had dived. Interestingly enough, I did not see him getting a yellow. He was told off by the referee, and I don't understand why that was not seen by VAR and corrected, because there was a contact, even more contact than there was earlier on when Griezmann went down. and did get the penalty. Now, that means the controversy continues. Yes, technology may resolve some situations, but clearly not others. So VAR is here to stay, and that's fine. I just think that I prefer what football were, I tell you how I prefer football. In a park, 2 stones separating, marking where the goal is, a ball that is brought by anybody. That is football, the essence of football as well. And I think we're trying to take the essence a little bit away from football, not just with the use of technology. There's other things, of course. They're trying to make you, the fan, a customer, and the Griezmann, for instance, documentary suggests that they don't have players these days. They are an industry, they are a label, and they don't have much care for what you think and for feelings. Griezmann played with the feelings of Barcelona fans and Atletico Madrid fans. That doesn't matter. Anyway, that's that. On Argentina, Iceland, let me tell you that I don't understand why coaches come with an idea into the game, with an idea into the national side, in this case Sampaoli and Argentina, and that idea little by little disappears. He was a brave man who wanted to play 3 at the back, only 2 defensive midfielders, and the rest just attacking. He has had to change that. They're not vuvuzelas, but they're almost as annoying as vuvuzelas. Now, he's had to change that because quite clearly he feels that the players are not with him in that. And somebody told me that in one of the trips on the coach from one place to the other, where the whole team were together, the team sang a song that has the word "for" in it. Clear message. That's how it's explained to me. I wasn't in the bus, but clear message to the coach in a kind of jokey way that the team preferred to have 4 at the back. That's fine, but then to play Biglia and Mascherano together against Iceland, when you know you're going to have to attack them, when you know how they're going to defend, a mistake in my eyes that was corrected later on, where Biglia came off and Venega came on. But you've got Lo Celso as well to be able to play that role next to Mascherano if you want him to be the holding midfielder. And Di Maria, frustrating, has been for a while with the national side, and Pavón has got the youth and bravery and cheekiness to actually do more, and you could see that. I think Pavón will start the next game, and perhaps not Biglia, but that will, of course, I think it's Croatia next. They will have to change the way they play it anyway. Messi seemed frustrated from like minute 5 because the ball wasn't getting to him, because he's surrounded by players that don't understand what is needed to get the most out of him. He needs references up front. He needs 1 or 2 references in front of him. Sorry, I'll start again. 2 references in wide positions, and maybe 1 or 2 references in front of him offensively, and at least 1 that can pass him the ball and do 1-2s. Every adventure that he took, it looked a little bit individualistic because he felt he had to take a stand on, had to take the ball and had to take the situation in his own hands. So frustrating afternoon, and of course he missed a penalty as well. I was at the big zone, and he was saying it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. There were a few smiles from him, trying to cheer everybody up. He stopped to talk to the televisions, and that was the message that him and also Kun Agüero put out there. It's early. But they made their life a little bit complicated. And that takes us into the next and last thing that I will be discussing with you today, which is the hat-trick of Ronaldo has been put in contrast with the day that Messi had with the national side, to determine, in the eyes of many, who is the best in the world ever, or similar, something like that. Stupid. How stupid. How stupid that we're looking into the last game to determine things like that. Not, their influence in years back, their influence in with the national teams, but with their teams as well. It's really not worthwhile discussing. But I did think back about the Spain-Portugal game. They came out really frustrated, and that has improved during the day. Not so much last night. I was still frustrated, and I think a lot of us were, because of course Spain played better than Portugal. And if he hadn't been for the 3 goals of Cristiano Ronaldo, a penalty that he created, a free kick which was absolutely brilliant, and a mistake by the goalkeeper, Portugal was absolutely disappointing to such a degree that unless he scores 2 or 3 goals in every game, Portugal won't go far, I don't think. So I changed my mind about that, because I realized that Portugal didn't create much. We didn't allow many chances. Spain didn't have many, but were efficient as well, but had a lot of the possession. Now, my thing with Spain, 2 things, and I kind of mentioned that yesterday. One, it's like 2 different Spains playing at the same time. And I know it's the national side, so you don't have much time to actually put those 2 together, but it's not the same Koke and Costa than Iniesta and Busquets, and I'll say something else, than Isco, for instance. Silva belongs more to the Iniesta and Busquets way of thinking about the game. Isco's his own man, he was brilliant, and Costa and Koke play a different thing. So these 3 different things we played here. Tiki-taka is what Spain plays, and it's an awful name and it's an awful concept. It's the concept of passing the ball for passing it. At Barcelona, it's not about that. It's about you have the ball and you pass it to break, to beat lines of pressure, or pass it in a way to create superiority in a part of the pitch, or pass it in a way to create space perhaps at the other side. There's a lot of thinking behind that kind of passing. In Spain, it's all about conservative passing, and a lot of it is. Unless Iniesta does something, unless Silva does something, unless Busquets does something. My other worry, and we can talk some more about that if you think it's interesting in the next few days. And another worry is Busquets. Busquets wasn't close enough to the centre backs of Spain. That meant that the second balls of Portugal, when it was Ronaldo holding it, he had the ability to put the ball down, and he only had the centre back behind, nothing around him. But when he was the second ball, when he was fighting for the second ball, when somebody else, Guedes or anybody else, was holding the ball, Ronaldo was found in space there on his own, because Busquets was far away from the ball. So Portugal played it long, and they did well, and realized that one of the weaknesses of Spain was that. So Busquets either needs help with that role, or he'll have to be more alerted. Because I think it will penalise Spain in the future. Anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you, and now I'm going to find out what I am. But to be honest, I see atmosphere, I see restaurants right in front of me, I see a lot of people around, so I might just have dinner around here. See you later, bye.